Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your tarot reading with me, Mazalin. In today's Capricorn reading, we're going to dive into your current situation and energy and what led you to where you're at now. We're going to look at what you're truly hoping to manifest and achieve and anything that might be holding you back. And then we'll examine upcoming blessings on your path and what you can watch out for. And finally, we'll look at the universe's proposed actions that you can take to align with your highest purpose, happiness, and success. Now, are you needing a quick yes/no to some of your questions? Well, stick around to the end as we uncover the answers with your bonus oracle messages. Now, this reading is primarily for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Cross watchers, you could be dealing with a Capricorn, so the energies could be flipped and the message could be for you. But please note that these readings are timeless and general. So please take whatever resonates, whatever helps you, and then leave what doesn't for somebody else. But look, if you're drawn to House of Tarot, you're meant to be here, but your message may not be at the beginning of the reading. So whether you're seeking clarity, healing, or direction, get ready for spiritual guidance for empowered action. And if you could like this video at the beginning or at the end, this would really help me out a lot. But with that being said, let's get out your tarot cards and begin your reading. Okay, Capricorn, let's dig in. What I'm seeing here in the recent past is the success that you've experienced within your business or your family or even your marriage is brought about the freedom right now to travel, to explore, to be spontaneous, to visit different countries, or perhaps even to explore your hobbies, your crafts, your passion projects, or even to spend more time with your children. And this is a very light-hearted, playful energy, risk-taking and daring. He's the daredevil in the tarot. And perhaps you are taking a lot more risks than maybe you usually would. Perhaps you're attending a lot of parties, a lot of gatherings, and doing a lot of social activity here. You might be surrounded by a lot of young people at the moment, but what's interesting is that you're showing up as the King of Cups energy. Now, the King of Cups is very emotionally mature. He knows how to control his emotions. He doesn't wear his heart on his sleeve, has quite a guard up, but it is also a role of being the nurturer and the caretaker or the community leader within the environment that you're in. But the fact you're showing up as the King of Cups, you're the more mature, responsible one in the group. People feel comfortable in your presence, and you may act as an advisor, a spiritual advisor to the people around you. But because he has his back to this Page of Wands energy, and he does look to this Hermit in the future, we'll talk about that later, it's telling me that you may have had enough now of the parties. You may be tired now of all the activity, the travel, the young people, this playful, carefree, reckless energy. Your guard is up. You're trying to handle the situation very maturely and not show your heart, not show your vulnerable side. What we do see in the block position is the Queen of Pentacles. Now here is your Queen. Okay, the Queen of Pentacles is the minor arcana for the sign of Capricorn. But when she shows up in the block position, this can really show that there is an over focus on Pentacles, on resources, on stability, on security, money, wealth, possessions, status, reputation, how people view you. And clarifying that was the vulnerable card. You cannot experience true intimacy unless you open your heart and be yourself. And the seeking perfection card. Everyone has flaws. Choose only 5 must-haves and deal breakers that matter. You may be judging others that you come across to try and fulfill the perfection that you seek within your stability. You might be looking for someone that has the perfect resources, the perfect finances, the perfect bank balance, the perfect home, the security that matches with yours, right? That matches with your goals. But we have to remember that when you focus only on the material, this is very much a surface level of depth when dealing with people, because now you're showing up as the King of Cups. You're looking for something deeper. You're looking to emotionally connect with someone and not just focus on finances. But we just have to be careful here that you don't get too caught up in your reputation is, how people view you, the clothes that you're wearing, the money that you have, because we can see that this gives you a state of insecurity and feeling like you don't have control if your finances or your status is not perfect. But remember, people have more to give than just their money. People are worth more than just their money, their status, their fame. So that's just something to be wary of. And it looks like you're already contemplating that because you're in the King of Cups energy. You're looking for something deeper. What you're hoping to achieve is the Ace of Swords. So when the Ace of Swords shows up, you're really seeking clarity, alignment. The Ace of Swords is the sword of truth, the sword of justice, the sword of accountability. But it's a double-edged sword because it's also a sword that cuts out in order to restore balance in a situation. And it looks like here, you're cutting out or wanting to cut out, we have celebration. So there is another card that talks about parties. Here we are, kick off the parties, plan for a joyful time, but it's clarified by the Hanged Man. You want to put the parties, the celebrations, the gatherings on pause. You want time to reflect, time to see things from a different perspective, to gain clarity about your situation. Because dare I say, something has happened here. When you get the Ace, you've already experienced the 10. The 10 is a sudden change, a sudden ending that's happened here. And clarifying this Ace of Swords, we have the 2 of Wands in the reverse with the 6 of Pentacles in the reverse. It could be a sudden realization that something is not going to happen. You have the realization of you cannot move forward with that thing. Because the 2 of Wands in the reverse is whatever you were planning before has now gone out the window. That plan can no longer take place. You are no longer going to pursue a path that you were previously considering because of this sudden change or realization that you have. And it looks like whoever or whatever you have invested time and energy into is not giving you the same in return. They're not giving you the same effort, the same, perhaps even money, but it's usually time, resources, or energy. And therefore, because it shows up in the reverse position of what you're hoping to achieve, you want that person to make it up to you. You want them to put in the same amount of effort that you've put in, which is why there's an imbalance here. Now, your near future opportunity, we have the Hermit card, clarified by the Chariot. So right now we see that you will have the opportunity to move forward with your goals, with your aspirations, but you will do it alone. This could also be talking about traveling. You may be going on a trip or going abroad, and you'll be going by yourself. And it's so that you can have time to reflect and to analyze your life. It is about taking time out of society to spend time by yourself alone so that you can think about all the things that have happened in your life until this point, the decisions that you've made, the decisions of other people, and how that's brought you to where you are right now in your life, so that you can analyze where you went right and where you went wrong. So you'll know what to do next time and what not to do. And the Hermit also looks into the lantern where the star is. The star in tarot is your wish fulfillment. It's how you want to really show up in the world and how you want to heal yourself and heal others at the same time. Now, because the Hermit can also represent activities such as yoga, meditation, silent retreats, that sort of thing, maybe you are traveling to do one of those activities in order to achieve that contemplation that you so now desire. We also have the Oracle card that came up, which is money matters, expense, save, cut costs, resource plan ahead, make an informed choice, use your money or invest your money wisely. It came up in the reverse. And when I asked to clarify this, we also got the Hermit card, major arcana for the sign of Virgo. In the near future, you're going to have the opportunity to pull back your finances and to not invest any more into things that are outside of yourself. The Hermit is about pulling back, retreating and isolating oneself. So it's asking you to do the same with your money, with your resources. Pull back your resources and take time to reflect upon where you want those resources spent after you've done a long analysis of how you've spent your money. Because there is a need here to reanalyze where you've invested your time, money, and resources. Because this is why we have that Six of Pentacles in the reverse for what you're hoping to achieve. You've given too much here. You've invested too much in other people with money, time, effort. And now it's asking you to pull back your money, time, and effort to focus on yourself. What you need to watch out for, the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is a fire sign, usually strong Leo, but could be also Sagittarius and Aries energy. She is the queen of entrepreneurial activities. She likes to go after what she wants. She's focused very much on her appearance and a gathering of following. So she could be very active on social media, or she's trying to get active in those areas. She could be looking at trying to set up a business. She might be very sporty, that sort of thing. This could be a friend of yours. It could be a co-worker. But I don't believe that this connects with the rest of your reading. So there's someone here who is going to shock you with some unexpected news. It says here, unbelievable news will shatter your expectations. Shatter is not exceed, it's to break your expectations. There's something about the news that this person delivers to you. And because this is strong Leo energy, I can't help but think that this is happening now or will happen very soon because we're in Leo season. But clarifying the Queen of Wands, we've got the Empress, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Ten of Cups. So this person may have some sort of sudden success or sudden opportunity within their business, within a marriage. They may suddenly get married or engaged, or they may suddenly have a child. Something will be quite unexpected because the Wheel of Fortune is a change that is not expected at all, but it will bring them supreme happiness because they will be connecting with a family of people they feel spiritually connected to. However, clarifying the unexpected change, we've got the Eight of Cups with the Three of Wands. So this news will mean that this person will have to leave. They will be walking away or leaving because a new path has opened up for them. Their new path to travel and to expand and to grow, whatever this business or ambition they will have a chance to grow this. And it looks like they will need to walk away or leave either you or your relationship or a situation, and it's going to cause you to be quite shocked. But it's almost as if you were anticipating this. Maybe you expected them to leave at some point. Now, I can't help but notice the Eight of Cups is Pisces energy, and the Sun and the Moon, which represents an eclipse, is on this card. There is a Pisces eclipse on the 7th of September, so in just a few weeks. So I wonder whether this leaving or walking away will happen within that time period of this person. But what the universe is asking you to do instead is the Ten of Swords. Put it to bed. Be done with it. Whatever happens with this person is separate to your new life that's about to start. The Fool is starting a brand new life cycle for yourself. So put whatever this is to bed. Don't think any more of it and move on with your life to start your new phase. Now, in the position of how and when to act, we have the King of Pentacles. So the universe is asking you really right now to focus on your finances, your security, your investments, but not those that are overnight successes, right? The King of Pentacles is about focusing on the long-term goals and focusing on quality rather than quantity, and taking the time to plan about your resources and your investments and how that they will develop and grow over the time. Because clarifying the King of Pentacles, we had the Knight of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the Nine of Pentacles. Notice how Pentacles envelope this King of Wands. So the Pentacles is your suit, the earth energy. So again, it's reiterating the Knight of Pentacles. Make a plan for the long term, and think about all the details that you need for this King of, now this King of Wands can represent, there's this idea for a business or a project that you have had, and you've had it for a long time. There is something that you want to do for a new business, a passion that you have, an ambition, and you have complete belief in it. But now is the time to make the plan for putting this into action, because it's asking you to think about the details and to put the next 10, 20-year plan together of how you're going to achieve this. Don't do the King of Wands and just jump into that endeavor. This is why the King of Wands is enveloped by these pentacle energy. It's asking you to go slow and take your time, and especially focus on the end result, which will be giving you self-sufficiency and you abundance, but only you, because this is the Nine energy. It's a solitary energy. It's asking you to think about this business so that you can secure your own sovereignty and resources for the future, and to secure money for your self-employment. Now, in the position of likely future outcome, we have the Five of Pentacles with that Page of Wands again. So whatever you're doing now, unfortunately, the advice here is you're going to have to cut down and economize on the parties, the adventures, the travel, the playful energy, the reckless, spontaneous activities that you're doing. Maybe the money that you're spending on doing hobbies or projects, passion projects. You're going to have to economize. You're going to have to strip back and just focus on the bare necessities, the absolute resources that you need to do those things, and nothing more. Because in order to achieve your King of Pentacles and your own money separate to your marriage or your family, you will have to strip back on the spending, on the carelessness around your spending. So look, that's what I've got for you, Capricorn. I hope that some of it was able to help you in some way. Okay, Capricorn, this is part 2, your bonus oracle messages. So if you need time to pause the video and write down your questions, this is going to be the answer for question 1, question 2, and question 3. All right, let's begin. Question number 1. So we have the unexpected news and the path unknown. It says, unbelievable news will shatter your expectations. The path ahead in the relationship is uncertain yet hopeful. Well, this is really interesting because this was the exact card you had in your tarot reading. So I wonder whether you've asked about this Queen of Wands again. But anyway, putting that aside. Something you've asked about is going to There's going to be some shocking or surprising news in the near future about what you've asked about. And it's going to put you in a state of uncertainty about how you move forward in that relationship. It could involve a female here, possibly, especially around your resources, because we have this red card that's moving forward. Red is the color of the root chakra, which is all about our safety, security. So there's something about the news that's going to come about what you've asked about that is really going to have you thinking about how you move forward, and especially about what you love to do. That green is the heart chakra, and the pink, the crown chakra, so how you move forward spiritually and what you do. Now, there isn't a no, but because this news will shatter your expectations. Shatter means to break apart, so blow it apart. It's not always a bad thing. But I do get that there is hope here. So this is a maybe, and it's bordering on a yes. Okay, question number 2. We have ego check. Interactions are forcing you to confront your own ego, but it came up in the reverse. So either you or what you've asked about is refusing to confront your own ego. Our ego is our lower self. It's the part of us that, yes, it helps us to survive, but it doesn't help us to spiritually evolve. It's that lower vibration of ourself that just focuses on the physical, the material, and what is good for us versus what is good for the collective and what is good for everyone. So there's a refusal here with whatever or whomever you've asked about, or within yourself, to not do the shadow work and to look at oneself and analyze oneself, to take accountability for something. And because of this refusal to do that, the answer to this question is a no. Okay, question number 3. Authentic vibes. You find someone who resonates with your authentic vibe. This is gorgeous. So we have someone else from who's quite different to you. Could be the opposite sex, maybe. There's a lot of water here. So you will emotionally connect with this person. There will be very, very deep spiritual connection here. This is also a card of feeling quite free and adventurous. I mean, they're surfing quite a large wave here. So this person is going to make you feel like yourself, and to be authentic, or perhaps to take risks, or to be adventurous. So this is a definite yes for question number 3. So look, that's what I've got for you, Capricorn. I hope that there's something in the reading that was helpful to you. If you know your natal chart, then you can also check out your other placements and signs for deeper insights. But please let me know what you think about these oracle messages in the comments. Do you like them? Do you not like them? And of course, feel free to share your experience, because you can obviously help someone that might be in the same boat as you. But look, if you've made it this far, thank you so much for being here and sharing this space with me. And please consider a like, a share, or a subscribe, as it would really help the channel at this time, and I would love to have you as part of my community. But until next time, stay wild, and I'll see you in the next video.